The Himalayas, a realm of unparalleled majesty. Here, the piercing wind sweeps. It is the ultimate mirage, an impossible kingdom of eternal peace, hidden from the world.
A city that holds the collected wisdom of all humankind. Waiting for the day when the world will need it. We know it by one name, Shambhala.
This is the legend of Shambhala, the true map of the mind, revealed at last.
For centuries, we have been obsessed with finding it. We've drawn maps, funded expeditions,
And Havathan, Maclethan, and sent soldiers and mystics on a desperate quest. But every expedition has failed.
The data flow has ceased. We have total signal loss at the convergence point, leaving the area completely uncharted. But what if they all failed? Because they were looking for the wrong thing.
What if the greatest mystery of Shambhala is not where it is, but what it is?
The modern obsession with a physical Shambhala begins in the 1920s.
With one man, the Russian artist and mystic, Nicholas Roerich.
between 1925 and 1928, Roerich mounted a massive 15,000-mile expedition across Asia.
This massive expedition covers 15,000 miles across the rugged terrain of Central Asia, a truly arduous undertaking.
Publicly, he was painting. Privately, he was searching for Shambhala.
Roerich believed in a coming prophecy to be heralded by the king of Shambhala.
He even carried a fragment of a sacred stone, the Chintamani, which he believed was a relic from the kingdom.
But Roerich's romantic quest soon attracted a far more sinister shadow. In 1938, a powerful European faction, obsessed with dark ideologies, dispatched their own team to Tibet. The mission was organized by the Ahnenerbe, the Nazi Party's pseudo-scientific occult bureau.
The Tibetan Highlander, though reserved, permitted observation. A fascinating study in human adaptation to
They were not looking for enlightenment. They were looking for the source of a supposed master race.
It's a lost super-civilization they called Agartha, Thule, or Shambhala. They were looking for power.
So, what did these grand expeditions find?
Nicholas Roerich found inspiration.
He was plagued by political intrigue and returned to the West without his prize.
The macro lens reveals the chilling precision of the Sheffer charts. Every cranial measurement logged, sterilized, and stripped of context.
Ernst Scheffer returned to Germany with 3,000 bird specimens and precise racial measurements. But no city, no kingdom, no proof. They all failed.
This is the great gap. Why? Were their maps wrong? Or were they all looking for the wrong thing entirely?
To understand their failure, we have to rewind. We must go past the explorers and occult theories.
And go directly to the source. For the Tibetan Buddhist, the creation of the mandala is an act of profound meditation, a sacred space built for peace. We must go to the text where Shambhala is first described in exhaustive detail, the 10th century Buddhist scripture, the Kalachakra Tantra. The Kalachakra, or Wheel of Time, describes Shambhala in breathtaking detail. It's not a small village, it's a vast kingdom, perfectly laid out like an 8-petaled lotus flower. It is ruled by a lineage of 32 godlike Kulika kings, who guard the most secret teachings. The texts say it lies north of the river Sitta, protected by uncrossable mountains.
And this is the moment. This is the trap that Roerich and the Nazis fell into.
The Kala Chakra mandala represents the universe and the path to enlightenment. Its intricate design.
They read, north of the river Siddha, and pulled out a compass. They heard, uncrossable mountains, and packed gear. They took a sacred, symbolic text and tried to read it as a literal geography lesson.
But in Tibetan Buddhism, geography is often layered. There is the outer, the inner,
And the secret.
The Kalachakra Tantra is not a map. It is a guide to enlightenment.
To pass through the curtain of light is to step outside of time.
Shambhala is not a physical country one finds. It is what Buddhists call a pure land.
A realm that exists in parallel to our own, on a higher plane of consciousness. A place that is perfectly real, but only visible to those with the karma to perceive it.
The living masters of the Kalachakra lineage, the experts on these sacred texts, have been asked this 1,000 times.
Their answer is clear. Shambhala is not a physical place you can buy a plane ticket to.
They have explained that it is ultimately a state of mind.
Energy flows, connecting every point in this vast system. This changes everything. The uncrossable mountains aren't rock and ice. They are our own
The journey isn't an expedition. It is the practice of meditation. The map is the path of compassion.
And suddenly, the failure of the 20th century searchers makes perfect, tragic sense.
The romantic searcher was looking for a physical kingdom to save the world. The shadowy figure was looking for a power source to conquer it. Both were men of material action. They were foundationally incapable of understanding the true journey. They were trying to kick down a door that could only be opened from within.
What if the greatest lost kingdom in history was never lost at all? What if it has been waiting patiently right here all along? Shambhala is real. But the search doesn't begin in the mountains. Transformation requires strength. It begins in the mind.